to the Heart of Bastrop Talk Show. This is season 7, episode 5, and I'm TJ Finn.
And I'm Connie Schrader.
This is going to be a fun episode.
All about Smithville. I like highlighting Smithville.
It is. So we have Kristi Farquar with Smithville Community Clinic talk about all the amazing services that they offer all of Bastrop County.
And we have Gilbert with Keller Williams, and he's with the Keller Williams that's headquartered in Austin. He does a lot of his sales in the city of Bastrop, and he lives in Smithville, so he can help you out anywhere in Bastrop County.
Absolutely. Let's take a look. So we're here today with Kristi Farquar, and she is with the Smithville Community Clinic. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
I'm so excited to tell everybody about the Smithville Community Clinic because I also work with you at the clinic as an intern. And I was shocked to find out everything that you guys offer for the community. So could you tell everyone a little bit about the clinic and what they offer?
I can. I'd love to. We are an actual free and charitable community clinic. There we go. We are a clinic. We are the only free clinic in Bastrop County. When people think of a free clinic, I don't think they realize that they really don't have to have any money to come see us. We are integrated healthcare. We do behavioral health, dental, and medical. So you can come and see a doctor. If you see the doctor and you have a need in our dental department, or you need some counseling services, we can set those up for you as well.
And I love that. So everything is all grant funded. So that's pretty amazing. And I'll tell you, I know that if you don't have insurance, you can get the medical and the dental. But even if you do have insurance, you can still get the mental health portion at no charge, which I think is phenomenal.
So to help explain that and make that a little bit clearer, if you have insurance and you don't have the dental coverage on your insurance, or you don't have behavioral health coverage on your insurance, you have medical, you wouldn't see our medical team, but you could see the other two teams, the other two departments. Another beautiful thing about integrated healthcare.
That's amazing.
I feel like this show should be Mythbusters, right? Because you were saying that people think they have to live in Smithville, and they think that they have to have no insurance at all, or they can't make an appointment with you.
Correct.
So we're trying to, how do people find out about your clinic?
They can go on Facebook and they can go to our website. We're going to have all of our history, all of our information there, and hours, and we'll let you know the numbers to call for appointments. We have different lines that you can leave messages at. Someone will get back to you.
Wonderful.
How long should it take to get a call back? What's the expectation that you guys are trying to meet?
We try to be immediate.
Wow.
But that depends on who's sitting at the, where we are. We're very busy, as you can imagine, being a free clinic. So 24 to 48 hours max. So
that's great.
If there's an urgent need, though, we always do encourage people, go to the emergency room, reach out to a crisis, or critical care place.
Absolutely. And I know most of our listeners know this, but I'm working on my master's in human development and counseling. So my goal is to be an LPC counselor, like a licensed professional counselor. And I do my internship, of course, as I said, with the clinic. And we do have a waiting list, but we get through that waiting list as quickly as possible. So we don't leave people sitting there for a year waiting on a counselor. And so for me, that was the biggest thing is, when my daughter passed away, I couldn't get counseling anywhere. The waiting lists were so long. By the time I got in there, the grieving process was almost over with. And I think a lot of people, that if I hear anything from a lot of people, it's just that the waiting lists are so long, we can't get in. And so although we do see youth, we do not see children, but we do refer children. As far as, I don't know about the other part, but for the mental health, we do refer them out to be sure that they get services. So it's a pretty incredible program. When Janice Bruno used to be the executive director, and you took Janice Bruno's place. Yes. And Janice is still with them. She's on the board of directors. And then I think she's over at the Workforce Center.
At the Workforce Training Center?
Workforce Training Center, right. So,
and sits on city council.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very active in the community. And I tell you, I just think it's a wonderful organization. And I was really shocked when I was looking for internship. I was like, oh God, I don't want to drive all the way to Austin. And then someone referred me over, and I couldn't believe they'd been there that whole time, and I didn't know about it. So it was pretty incredible.
How many service providers do you have?
Well, we have, and I'd love to talk about that. That's so exciting to me. So we have a very robust mental health department. We have 3 LPCs. We have presently 4 interns, addictions coach, that'd be me. And we have a male addictions coach as well. We have another coach coming on that helps with life circumstances, we walk through as coaches through the here and now with people and help them. So you have our LPCs that could go back into trauma, past trauma, different level of service there, and then the coaches that can do another level of service, which is all helpful because we've busted the myth about behavioral health being an issue. It's not. We're there to help, and we get a lot of calls. We do have a wait list, as you said. However, we work through it pretty quickly because we have interns too. So interns are amazing help for us too.
And then on the dental and medical side?
So on the dental, we have an amazing dentist. I'm going to go ahead and plug him, Dr. Agbola. We love him. He drives 70 miles to come twice a month. About on Saturdays, we do x-rays, we do comp exams, we'll do fillings, extractions, and then we do cleaning clinics as well, which is huge because we weren't able to do fillings and cleanings just a short year and a half ago. We also have Monday clinics where we see a handful of patients and we do fillings and comp exams there. So it's all about, if you've never been to a dentist, if you need to see a dentist, you come, you get a comp exam, you get x-rays, then we do a dental treatment plan, and we help move you forward in your dental treatment plan.
Terrific. And medical?
Medical is amazing. Dr. Jewel, that's our medical director. She is wonderful. Medical, we have every other Tuesdays, we do full day clinics, and on Thursdays, we do afternoon clinics. So that's a call, make an appointment. If you have an emergency, go to the emergency room. If you need to see a doctor and you wake up with a horrible cold or something like that, we're not going to turn people away if we don't have to. We are there to help people without means. People that can't go to, have insurance and go to a hospital or something like that. We're there to try to help anybody that needs help medically. In that integrated health, working together, the beautiful thing about that is that we get to see a person and treat their whole body. That we treat them holistically. When we sit down with a new patient, I just got God bumps when I said that. When we sit down with a new patient, we do a series of intake documents. When we do those, we ask questions about more than, if you're coming to the doctor medically, we're going to ask more questions. We're going to find out more about you and how we can help you further. So if you need to see the dentist, we're going to say, well, hang on, when we're done with this, I'm going to get you on our dental wait list. And we do have wait lists. Dental and behavioral health, we have wait lists. But we get them on the wait list and we call them as soon as we can get them worked in.
That's fantastic. I think people underestimate things, how stress impacts your health. And, you think it's a headache, gee, is it the allergies? And, I always get a kick out of the doctor saying, have you been under any stress? And it's like, you don't have time. Like, you don't have enough time to understand everything that's going on. But we are an entire person, and there's a lot of outside stressors. And sometimes talking through some things may reveal truly what's going on. So I love the idea of treating the whole person.
Absolutely.
And when we talk about that, we talk about heal the body, renew the mind, nourish the spirit.
There you go.
Amen.
That is our mission.
Amen. So. That's amazing. Well, I want to say I'm so thrilled that you've taken the position of executive director, because I think you're phenomenal, and I think you do so much for our community, and we really appreciate you coming on. So you can go to smithvillecommunityclinic.org, right, to find out all the information and all the different wheels, because you guys have a lot going on.
We do. And if you look us up on Facebook, we have all kinds of things. We have block parties, we have flu clinics, we have many, many, many different events through the year, and we'd love to see you, and I'd love to meet you personally.
Yay. Well, thank you so much for coming on today.
Thank you.
At Genesis Laser Aesthetics here in Bastrop, Texas, we offer the most advanced technology in facial rejuvenation and body contouring. With pelvic floor strengthening, M-Cella is an FDA-approved treatment for urinary incontinence. M-Sculpt Neo can reduce fat by 30% and increase muscle mass by 25%. How about a facelift without needles, surgery, or downtime? Don't drive to Austin. Our friendly staff will be glad to set up a free consultation. 512-581-5016.
We're here with Chris Gilbert, and he's a realtor in Smithville, and I love it's 888-AGENT-01. How clever.
Yeah, it's easy to remember, but sometimes I have to count the letters and the numbers if I want to dial the number, but I can still remember it.
Well, we're going to be talking about the housing market, and I think that you have a very cool job because you're putting people, maybe some first-time home buyers, I would think.
Yes, it is a lot of fun finding people a place to live. It's very personal. You get kind of intimate to a degree with the clients, and so
You're changing their lives.
Yes, I think so. They're changing their lives, and I'm helping them do it.
Oh, that's fantastic. So let's start breaking down the myths.
Okay.
The reality is you really can qualify for a house.
You can. I have a lot of clients that will call me. People that I used to bartend in a restaurant, and they call me. They know I'm a realtor now, and looking for a lease. So we start looking for a lease, and then we start looking at the numbers, and there's a long list of qualifications. And a lot of times people are more qualified to buy a house than they are to lease one.
Mm-hmm.
They just don't know what the process is. So
you can help
that's
them
what I'm
out with
here for,
that.
yeah.
There you go. What are the things that they can do to improve their credit rating?
You know what? I would recommend that you find a lender that you're comfortable with, because that's somebody that's going to get all up in your business, and it's important because they need to know where you are and how to get you to where you want to go. I have a client that was he's been working with a lender for about 9 months, I would say, and he got exactly where he needed to be. The lender went way out of her way to make sure that he got what he needed and got where he should be, and now we're looking for a house.
That's great.
This is a person that wasn't qualifying for leases because they didn't check every single box. But you don't have to check every single box if you're buying a house.
Absolutely.
Which is
And then
nice.
you can work with these guys, and they'll tell you, hey, you need to get this off your credit report, and let's work on getting this. So there's very distinct steps that need to be taken.
Yeah, and I like for people to remember, because my credit's been up and down. I've run the spectrum, and you are not your credit rating. A lot of
Right.
people think that they are, and you're not.
Right.
It's just a number, and it's fixable, and you can get there. Everybody can. I really believe that, especially in Bastrop right now.
Well, and with apartment rental rates the way they are now, there's folks that are paying more for an apartment than they would pay for a small house.
There
Am
are.
I?
Yeah.
Oh,
I feel like that's an assumption, but is that a myth as
no,
well?
No, that's absolutely true. They are paying more. A lot of people are, and
Yeah, it's wild.
but they just don't know, and that's why it's important to find a realtor that you're comfortable with, and you feel like you understand each other's language. I think that's important, because you need to be on the same page. And the thing that you got to remember is we put a team together. You got a lender, you have a title company, it's a lot of different people come into the mix, and you put together a team based on who the person is and what they would like to do.
Right.
So-
And you can work on some of those things at the same time.
Oh, yes,
right? So
absolutely.
it's not like, well, I just can't look at a house until I get my credit rating to a certain score. You can be working with a lender, you can be looking for a house, and there's exciting stuff that can be going on several fronts to then pull the
Absolutely.
whole deal together.
Yes, I like for people to take a look, no matter where they're in the process, because they need to know, they need to understand where they're living and what the market is and what they can get, and because there's surprises around a lot, especially in Bastrop.
Yes.
Yeah.
You turn a corner and there's something there that you never would have imagined was there, and that includes like landscape, and that's one of the things I love about Bastrop. You'll be driving it down, it's like a flat branch, you turn the corner, and all of a sudden it's like you're in a mountainous forest.
I know.
It's amazing.
I know. It's
Well, and
beautiful.
TJ, we're both have less years in front of us than we have behind us. Don't you think we're past the halfway mark? Are you planning? Maybe I'm speaking for myself.
I'm going to live forever.
Forever and
Okay.
ever. But I still remember the first time that I was buying a house. And I think that you can, it takes some discipline, and
Mhm.
maybe if you're saving up for a down payment, if you're looking at houses and that's what your goal is, it's a little easier to say, you know what, we're not going to go spend $50 at McDonald's or
Right.
at buying pizza, and we're going to stay home and we're going to go to the grocery store and we're going to cook dinner tonight and not
Right.
go out, because our goal is to get to the house. And
Absolutely.
if it's a vague goal out there and you don't really know what it is, I think it's a little harder to have the discipline.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And it's important to remember that there are a lot of programs out there in Texas. We have first-time homebuyer grants, which provide funds for your down payment. And sometimes they run out of money, and sometimes you never know exactly what's going on with that, but sometimes it's available. But there's also Bastrop County, for example, is a USDA county, which because it's a rural county, it's still considered rural, and that says 0 down. And
There you
it's available. There's a lot
Absolutely.
of different ways you can do this.
And to your point, with the growth that we're seeing, we may not remain a rural county. We're starting
Yes.
to push those numbers. And
I imagine
Buy
that's
now.
true.
Buy
Yeah,
now.
now's a good time. Yeah.
Well, so let's flip that. If you are buying now, then that means somebody has to sell. So if I'm in a position where I want either another house in Bastrop, or my family circumstances have changed and I want to move, what do I need to know? What are the best things to know as a seller?
Well, I mean, there's little things you can do. People always talk about defamiliarizing your house. You have to. A lot of people can't see past, your furniture and your keepsakes and your family pictures. So you have to just take them out. You have to show them what it is that they want. And it seems a little less personal, but that is, I think, one of the best ways to open the house to a new buyer, that they can picture themselves there if you're not in it.
Right.
If-
minimize.
Yeah.
Get rid of anything
Yeah.
extra. Make it a little unpersonal.
Yeah,
Because,
declutter, right?
Some people are not visual people. They can't
Mhm.
walk in and visualize, their picture on the wall. But a lot of people are visual people. And if they visualize somebody else, it's hard for them to see themselves there, right?
Yeah,
So
that's
they
a good
have to
point.
pay to, play to both of those people.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah.
But your realtor, Chris Gilbert, can help you out with that.
I can help you with all of that. Right now the market is a little bit, we were in a race before, there might be 10 offers on one house, and it was very difficult for buyers to land a deal. But now it's slowed down, and there's a lot more available right now. I don't know if that's going to stay this way, because Bastrop is kind of in a really nice spot, with the businesses around, with Tesla, and the racetrack is nearby, and there's a lot of things going on, and Bastrop is a bit of a crossroads. So this is a really good spot, because the prices you can still buy a house for under $300,000 here, which sounds like a lot, but they're financeable. And
Well, what you pay for a $300,000 house to
Mhm.
buy a $300,000 house, what your monthly note is going to be at or more than what the cost of an apartment is right now.
probably so, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
so-
And you're getting equity.
and you're getting equity. And equity, if you don't know what that is, that's money you can bank on. So it's in your house.
And it really
Yeah.
is. Michael and I, when the finance rates were so low, we refinanced our house and bought a ranch, paid cash for it,
There you
just
go.
with the equity that we had in our home.
Took the equity out of the house.
Took the equity out and bought a ranch. That way we didn't have two different notes, but we had bought, and when it was low, and
Okay, now
we
you're
had
just
all that
bragging.
No, I'm just saying it's like a savings account in a way, right?
Yes,
It's
that-
kind of like
that's,
Yes.
that's what I was
Yeah.
it
trying
really
to say.
is, yeah.
Absolutely. So how are things, and how are the home sales in Smithville?
Smithville is, I found from my experience, a little bit slower, but it's picking up because, Smithville's the next town over. Bastrop's exploding.
Mm.
Smithville is a little bit more affordable. It's a lot less affordable than it once was.
Right.
But it's a little town. It's very picture perfect in a lot of ways. There's not a whole lot of development around it, so it's sort of self-contained, and it's walkable, and there's some really nice restaurants coming in that we didn't used to have, and it's affordable and livable, I would say.
That's
Definitely.
great.
Fat Cat Lounge is over, and
There are
America.
some great
This week,
restaurants.
while we're filming here, America's Best Restaurants is filming it there because they think Fat Cat Lounge is one of America's best
Oh,
restaurants.
that's fantastic.
That's
love it.
awesome.
Yeah,
It is
isn't
pretty
that
good.
cool? Lori Huffman is great. She's going to be on later in the season.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yay. Maybe she'll tell us all about what happened.
There
There's
you
live.
go.
They have live music also besides.
Yeah,
dinner.
yeah.
So, Chris, tell the folks how they get hold of you.
You can call me at 888-AGENT-01.
Love it.
And you're with
I'm with Keller Williams.
With Keller Williams.
The main office is in Austin, and I work in the satellite office in Bastrop.
Wonderful.
And you are living in the Smithville area?
I live in Smithville, yes.
So you are the Bastrop County guy, and I know that Chris will be able to help you find either sell the home that you have or help you find the perfect place for you to raise your family right here in Bastrop County.
Well, that was a cool episode, Connie.
Oh, I love breaking the myths.
I love it. And we broke myths about real estate and about the Smithville Community Clinic.
Well, what I've learned in both of those instances is if you need help, you need to reach out. And if they
Absolutely.
can't help you, those two people that we talked to, they're going to find somebody that can help you.
Absolutely, absolutely. So listen, guys, you don't want to miss an episode of the Heart of Bastrop Talk Show. So check us out online at theheartofbastrop.com or check us out on our new YouTube channel. All you got to do is put The Heart of Bastrop, and we'll see you guys next week.